Hello guys and welcome to the Racing Roundtable. Welcome, hope you're all well. And I just want to make a quick video about Daniel Ricciardo. I mentioned this in my Monaco preview, and I've decided to make a full-on video because it's intriguing to me. Daniel Ricciardo for about 2 years, let's just say 1.5 years, to be fair. 1 year and a half, he's been outperformed by Lando Norris. Like, he's been lubricated. He's been lubricated, circumcised, baptized, pulverized by Lando Norris. The only thing saving Daniel Ricciardo was that race win at Monza, which McLaren ordered Lando to stay where he was. I can't remember why, but they ordered him to stay where he was. So Lando could have challenged, unless he had some reliability issues, he could have challenged for the win. But that's neither here nor there. He won the race. Other than that, he's basically been outperformed by Lando in every department since last season. You cannot tell me otherwise that Daniel Ricciardo has underperformed, because he has. And there's so many F1 fans that have been so happy to see Mercedes fail, specifically Lewis, fail and go out in Q1, go out in Q2, finish in, I don't know, 10th place, 12th place, whatever. But when it comes to Daniel Ricciardo, I barely see any noise. So it's intriguing. At least Zach Brown is one of the best team, well, not team principals, but let's say CEOs. He's one of the best CEOs on the grid. He's involved. He supports the young drivers. Shout out Hugo, and he says what he needs to say. He doesn't sugarcoat things. And he's come out and said Daniel Ricciardo needs to raise his game. He needs to raise his game because it's been bad, guys. It's been bad. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't avoid it. Don't make yourself blind. It's been really bad. Like this article says, the only thing that saves Ricciardo is that race win at Italy. And by the way, Lando could have won in Russia if him and the team didn't make those stupid mistakes in the spur of the moment. He would have won in Russia. So then that race win in Italy for Daniel Ricciardo would have just been discounted completely. Then that doesn't matter because Lando's won one now, and he's still beaten. So Ricciardo really needs to step up his game. He needs to look within himself or try something else, because he's getting battered by his teammate. Now we look at the points here. Norris has got 39 points this season, whereas Ricciardo's only got 11. Here we see Lando, here, 7th place in the championship, 39 points. Where's Ricciardo? Where's Ricciardo? Need some binoculars. Where's Ricciardo? Oh, he's in 12th place. 12th place with 11 points, same as Yuki Tsunoda. 5 points more than Pierre Gasly, who, by the way, has had a bad season so far as well. Lando's proven this car is good enough in the right conditions to get a podium, to get a very good result, whereas Ricciardo is not extracting that potential, he's not extracting the performance. I don't know what it is with him. I don't know if it's the car still doesn't suit him, whether he's just fallen off, whether he's washed, whether he's lost his passion for the sport. I don't know. Because look, it's not looking good for him, man. I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. But Ricciardo's looking funny in the light right now. He's looking very funny in the light. So at the start of the race, Norris gained 3 positions, whereas Ricciardo fell 3 positions. Now, okay, these things can happen. But what really matters is if you can regain those positions. And as we can see, Ricciardo did not regain those positions. He ended up finishing in 12th place, whereas Lando finished 8th. He finished in the points yet again, got another 4 points for the team, contributing to the constructors' standings, their position there, whereas Ricciardo is just being bullied by Lando right now. It's sad. And Ricciardo, up until 2020, Ricciardo was still considered one of the best drivers on the grid. And I respect him for one element, which is leaving Red Bull, because he saw what was coming. He saw that Christian Horner and Red Bull were going to favour Max Verstappen and try and make him the world champion. Because I'm pretty sure Horner said at some point that Red Bull's sole aim, was to make Max Verstappen the youngest ever world champion. I think that was when Ricciardo was still at the team. I've gone into ESPN.co.uk. I found the article. And yeah, it says Red Bull has set itself the 2-year target of making Max Verstappen Formula One's youngest world champion by the end of the 2020 season. So they set themselves this target around 2018, I think. And it was roughly around when Ricciardo was there. So yeah, this is it says here Verstappen will be joined at Red Bull next year by Pierre Gasly. So yeah, this is when Ricciardo was at the team. They openly said this whilst Ricciardo was there and said we want to make Max the youngest ever world champion. So it was clear to him that they don't care about Ricciardo, they don't care about you. They want Verstappen to be champion. So he decided to leave. I respected him for that. But he went to Renault, and Renault just run by incompetent people, really. So they weren't going to go anywhere. He got a couple of podiums, but that was it. So he goes to McLaren. I'm thinking, yeah, this guy will do well. He'll finally get into a team that's improving and has the resources, his history as well, instead of Renault that keep coming in and out. And hopefully he'll be able to do something. But he hasn't. He hasn't been able to adapt to the car, one reason or another, and he hasn't been able to up his performances. I'm not really trying to make this a Daniel Ricciardo roast session, but it's clear that many F1 fans need to really open their eyes and see that Ricciardo has not been performing well. And I want him to perform well because he has a great personality and he's a great driver. What he did in 2014, his performances during 2020 as well with Renault, he's a great driver. He said himself that he wants to be world champion, and I don't think he's 32. I don't think he's going to become world champion. If he had proved himself, he'd be at a big team right now. There's a reason Ferrari went for Sainz rather than Ricciardo. Maybe they didn't want two alphas in the team, but Sainz is an alpha himself as well, although he's making mistakes. So I think he just missed out on the Ferrari seat. So I think that was his last and only chance to get back into a big team. So now he's at McLaren. McLaren won't win a championship for a long while still. So yeah, man, it's kind of a sad story where a driver potentially could have done very well, but he's made a couple of bad decisions and it hasn't performed well because Lando is just lubricating him. Absolutely lubricating. He's got like 28 points clear right now. He's lubricated him this season. So yeah, let me know what you think. Whether you think I'm being too harsh. Some of you might think I'm being too harsh. I'm just saying what I think. Because I don't think Ricciardo, I think he's finished. Generally. Unless he moves teams, like a midfield team, I think he's finished. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, or dislike if you really disagree with me. Comment down below whether you agree or not. If you disagree, explain why you disagree with me. And try and prove me wrong. Please like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and thank you for watching this video. Adios.